Most people don't have a money problem, they have a tracking problem. If I ask you how much you spent last month, you probably will be guessing or not calculate. Well, some of them will be able to track it. Hi, this is Mahesh Kadarvan, your spreadsheet coach, and I am working professionals to simplify the money and Excel using practical systems. Now, a quick disclaimer before we start. This video is only for education purpose. Okay, I am not a financial advisor. This is not investment advice. This tracker is meant for only for the awareness and personal tracking. Okay, but yes, please consult your financial advisor before using this tracker. Now, let me tell you why I am building this. See, most people earn well. How much you agree there? And but they don't have clarity on three things: where the money is going, how much they're spending, how much they're saving, and whether they're improving month by month. I really personally I would share my story. I was like that. Even though I'm an ex-banker, I'm a qualified personal professional, but it doesn't matter. So in this video, I will be showing you how to build a small, simple personal finance tracker from scratch in Excel. Sometimes even a beginner can use it. Okay, so let's start simple. So if you see in this tracker, a very simple dashboard is there where I've shown you some total income. You can see here total income is there, total expenses there, and what is the net income? Because net income is the major part where you need to understand, which is the total deductions of your total expenses and your total income. So that's where you're standing, where you want to stand. Now, that is one part where I've shown you in the dashboard. Then if you see there is the pivot table where I've shown you the fixed income and the variable income. So you have a fixed salary. Right? If you're a working professional, you might be having a fixed salary, right? But there is some income which is coming from some other sources, or like you're a sales professional, so you get commissions, right? So there might be some variable income. So for that also, I made some provisions as well. For a businessman who is watching this video, if they feel that this tracker can be useful for them, they also can use this tracker. Okay, so this is how the dashboard looks. And if you see here the water fall chart where I've shown you that how the income is flowing and how the expenses are going down and what is the decrement and increment, because this is very important. So when you start with the 65,000, say for example, there's 65,973 salaries there with income. Okay, now you see how this reduction is going down and how your grand total is there. So what you need to see is a very beautiful chart that I will show you in the coming video how I will going to do that. And this is by expenses by subcategory where you need to understand where exactly your major of your chunk is going on. So if you see that rent is going on more in this kind of thing. So let's get started. So here in the sheet, I have made only four sheets. Okay, let's call this dashboard, analysis, transaction, and category table. Now, what is? Let's go by backwards so that you can understand that. Okay, what is category table? See, a lot of times we feel that we don't have such categories in my mind. So we feel that okay, this is the category one. We can feel that oh, what happens in that process? You miss out certain small things also. Even for one thing which you donate for someone, okay, for beggar or someone who is just donating that, still that 1 rupee also counts because it's coming from your pocket. But most of the time we just ignore that. But that 1 rupee, if you imagine a situation every month on 31st of every month, you put 1 rupee and you go donate it. Imagine 12 months is 12 rupees and 365 days. That means 1 year. How many money it can be extrapolated. Okay, so this is the most important thing. So the category you can divide. What I did is that I just described some company names and some subcategories and fixed income. So what is subcategory means your salary, dividend, and everything. So if you see here, I just put something else, just a plan transfer, entertainment, furniture. For that, I have created this. For example, see, fixed income is for salary. So anything is not coming in the fixed income is for salary. Now, if I just remove the fixed income, you see, rest everything is comes into the other, and this is called the category of system. Okay, it's based upon your interest what you can do. Okay, now come to the transaction. This is exactly where your main action starts. Okay, now here what I did is that I first created a small table. Okay, you know how to create a table. Press Control T. That's a shortcut key. When you can press the Control key, Control T, T for Tamil Nadu. When you click that, you will create a table. Now, why a table is important? There are two aspects of that. So when a table is created, a lot of people say that why the table is created, we can just create a data, this is a raw data, only nobody will see it. That's the best point which you can agree into that. I also agree into. But there's another aspect and there's another perspective. See, from a technical point of view, they are right. Why create a table? But from a logical point of view, if you see, there's a lot of difference. Because the first thing is that table makes your data look very, very neat, okay, with the alternate colors and everything. I will show you that. The second thing is that if you see, a table helps a lot of things. So when you put the references, like you put a VLOOKUP or XLOOKUP or some search button and everything, it creates just a at the rate and a table name. That's more easier because then you don't have to remember what's the table name, what is the data name or the sheet name, what is the column and everything. That makes your stuff a lot of easier. But yes, there are two aspects. I always say, whatever you feel, you can go with that. But yes, this is the best practice I would like to suggest, the best thumb rule I would like to suggest. Okay, great. So what I did is I created a table. If you see the account date, description, debit, income expenses, subcategory, category, and category type. Now, this all things are coming from your bank statement. So if you are having savings account, current account, or credit card account, everything you can be this thing, and you can put the rest of the things also. Something some else is coming from else also you can put it. So everything is coming to your accounts also, right? So if you have a 3 or 4 savings account, you have 4 to 5 current accounts also, you can put it. It's up to you how you can do that. Now, the important thing here, if you see, uh, this is okay. So here, till this A, B to F, you do it, okay? But here, exactly the formula works. Now, what is income based expenses? What I did is that here I made a simple column of income expenses. Simple, debit minus credit. So credit minus debit. That's all I did. Nothing I did. So if a 35, so here if I put 40, see, the credit is 35, but debit is 40. That means interest expenses, expenses is minus 5. That's all I did. Nothing else I said. Okay. Now the subcategory is this where I have put three functions, three important functions that is for your reference. Now why search is needed? So if you see here search, uh, if you hear search, search is what it will first search the category. Okay, so for example, this is the description interest. What it will do, it will go to this category table and it will see where is the interest is there. Okay, so for example, here it is interest is there. Let's see. Yeah, so here is interest. I will just put the filters because there are a lot of interest are there. Yeah, interest is on. So if you see here, interest is on. So subcategory is what? So when the description is coming to that thing, that way they will search it. And now then it will give you the subcategories and then it will categorize as uncategorized. So if this category is not there in this particular category table, it will categorize as uncategorized. So which means that prima facie it doesn't make any difference, okay, but it is very important in that way that it is needed to be done. Okay, now why is number is required? Because when we do the search standalone, it doesn't give you the exact result. If number will give you that exact number where exactly this is positioned. Why? Because when we use the x lookup, because that's where the problem is, we don't use directly x lookup. Okay, because if you use the directly, well, that's the best way you can do it, but the problem is that you will not able to find the right approach. That is why I use the search and then this number and then I use the XLOOKUP. So that's where you will get the exact thing. The same way I put it for the category and same way I could put for the category. Okay. Now we come to the analysis part. Now analysis is a simple thing. It's your raw data, I would say, wherein you will create some pivot tables for your references. So that's why I created some analysis sheet. And in this sheet, you can create a lot of pivot tables, which is useful for your dashboard because the moment you put in the dashboard, it will always reflect in that. Now I will just minimize that so that you can get it in one screen because it's like that. Okay, great. So now you can see what I did first, I have taken a normal thing wherein I'll just show you the field list. Yeah, great. So I've taken the data, insert, I've gone to pivot table and I've taken for the table range. And here you see the existing sheet, you see you put a analysis sheet and that's where you can just put a column this way and there you go. Okay, so here it's now showing the data because the pivot table is there. Okay, that's why. Okay, now if you see this way, this is one of the I've done where I've taken the debit as the value, the sum of debit. The category type I've taken in the filter column, and the months I've taken the row. Now there's a very beautiful thing you can do with the months. So if you see here, how you get the view January, because in day you see all the dates are there, but I don't have the month. How you did it? So what you can do, you can go to right click, uh, formatting you can go, or else what you can do, you can go to the field settings also, and there also you will get a month option also, right? That way also you can do. Okay, so this is where you can do the whole thing. So that's where the dates will be converted into months and it will be categorized automatically. So you don't need to be. That's the power of pivot table. Now, why do we need this? Because I want this particular chart, the total expenses chart. Okay. The same way I did it for sum of income expenses, that's the total thing. And then I did it for this income also. So I've used the one pivot only for income as well as expenses. So that's why the chart is you're not able to see this. Okay. So now coming down, if you see here, what I've did is that I have taken the chart. Now, how did I get the chart? I just inserted go to the chart. I have taken 2D chart. Here I clicked on this, see this one. Then I go to 2D column and you can get this as well. But if you want this way also, you can do it. But I really gone for this way. Okay, this one, see, 2D column. So this way you can do it. So when you click on this chart, you will get this kind of thing. Now I have did that thing. The same way you can get it for the debit also and for the income expenses also. I did the same thing, only nothing I did and just rearrange that. If you see this separate thing, see, if you see why it is looking different, same thing because I just put a rectangular system. Okay. Now coming back to the analysis sheet, we have done this. Now we need to have this pivot. How this pivot can be done? So there's a problem with the pivot table. And before I go ahead, you still have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe because you will get a lot of videos in that and it will be very useful for you if you want to learn Excel and Google Sheets, how it can be done and it can be better. Thank you so much. Now, coming back to the topic, this pivot I was talking about. Now, a major part of the pivot is that you will never able to get that pivot always in the particular format which you move because pivot have a certain problem in problem disadvantage. I would rather say in that thing. So what difference I am thinking about is that say for example, like for example, this is the pivot table which I created. Okay, I put the income, variable income, the sum of expenses and expenses. I put it, and you get a grand total. Now I really wanted to put it in this way. So we can do it this way also. Here we can put the pivot. So what I did is that here I have put the pivot and I've got the thing or else what I did is I cut copy paste and put paste special value. So I can take the reference from the this. Okay, this is the way you can do. Now coming back, this is the two things which you need to go because these two graphs or the charts are very important. Now this is called as a waterfall chart, okay, and this is called as a tree map chart. Okay, now waterfall chart and tree map have a disadvantage. What is the problem is that your pivot cannot take reference from this particular chart. That's the problem. So whenever I create a pivot, it will not get that reference. So what we can do is that the simple turn around, we just copy this pivot, okay, copy the data, just go down, then paste special value. Now what you do, you just select the data, go to insert, and you go to the waterfall chart. Okay, see this way, and that's how the waterfall chart will be defined. Okay, now again, then what you can do, there's a simple thing. You can just give this reference. Okay, select data and just remove. Sorry, mm, select data. Hit. Okay, go to the pivot table. Okay, the sum of series name, that's the one thing, and then the series number, no, that's not the thing. You have to take it here and click it. Okay, and then see, this is how you can do it. Now if you see, the pivot table is actually linked to your waterfall chart, and that can be, no, you can do based on what I did is that I just put a simple thing of the waterfall chart. Okay, the same way you can do for the tree map as well. Okay, the same way how you did that for the tree map. So I will just again create the thing. I go to the insert, I go to the tree map. We don't have tree map here, so I will go to the all chart and this one. Oh, sorry. Okay, tree map is this. See. And again, the same way, right click. Okay, right click, go to the select data, edit. If you don't remove that, you can remove it. That's also okay, no worries. But still, it will be automatically calculated, so you don't worry about it. Just click on this and just take the header, the center, then this one, then go down and this one, and there you go. So this way you can be. So whenever your pivot changes, it will change. So for example, if you want to see, um, take it Excel. Okay, it got changed. Okay, because expenses, the data is not there. That is why it's all minus. That's why it's coming. Okay, so this is how you can do this the thing. So that's why I created the tree map as well. Okay, so very beautiful things you can do with tree maps also, because tree maps are a lot of times you don't use it. But whenever your categories are there, a lot of categories are there, and you want to show this way, see which category is more important for you. Tree map is useful for you. Okay, you can take the bar chart also. That's okay, fine. Or you can take the pie chart also. Pie chart is another representation. But the problem is pie chart, you can take maximum 2 to 3 columns only, because more than that it will get cluttered. So if you see here, a lot of data are there. So like for example, a lot of fields are there. You see the rent is there. You see the clothes are there, entertainment there. So a lot of things are there. So if you see here, the pivot chart, the pie chart will be more congested. Okay, that's why I didn't use the pie chart. Before that, I used the tree map. So whatever you feel, you can use it, because it's up to you to make it more refined approach. Okay. So this is how the whole personal finance tracker is done. Now, more thing I've just made it simple, because I will not spend more time into formatting, because as you're exporting that. Okay. So I will not do that. I will just create a dashboard. This is the way I've simple created. See, the more time you spend in formatting and everything, that's up to you how you can do that. I just prepare the basic to give you a feel that how easy it can be to create a tracker in Excel. Okay. So how do you like this video? Just please comment in this video so that I can know that what more I can bring in this particular tracker, and what more things I am missing in this tracker. You can let me know, because this is what I felt based on my experience with my clients and everything. So I prepare this tracker for me and myself. Okay. Now, third thing, for anyone, for anyone who wants this tracker ready-made, and you want that it has to be absolutely free, nothing cluttered, nothing thing, just comment tracker and I will mail you that link. It will cost you something. We'll prepare your page and give it to you. You can just check out that, and you will know what exactly the tracker is all about, everything. Because that's where the most important thing is there, because the tracker I have built, it takes a lot of time in building it. Okay. So comment tracker. If you want the paid tracker, I will give you the link. You can go and make the payment, and you will get absolutely the text, the Excel file over the data, and also an instruction video also, how you can create, like how can you use this tracker. Okay, and now you can make further changes as a layman. So not upon an Excel user. I will be creating some instruction videos which can help you to. Now this is only available for the paid version. Okay. For the free version, you can just check out this video again and again, pause and just watch it, and it will be super duper. So thank you so much. Just let me know how you felt this video, and I will surely come up with another track. Thank you so much. God bless you.